we are the subject of some major drama because we started criticizing foreign governments and foreign countries. And for that, I would like to apologize for absolutely nothing. Because it's my obligation as a free person, as an American, as somebody who loves only my country, to be suspicious of every other nation who presumably loves only their country and wants what's best for their country. We are the subject of some major drama because we started criticizing foreign governments and foreign countries. And for that, I would like to apologize for absolutely nothing.
Love it, guys. I just had to see it twice. The MAGA, originally MAGA, now MAGA, which is Make Israel Great Again, crowd with Donald Trump and all these neocon war hawks that we actually voted for and thought we had a chance to fix the swamp and fix our problems here at home. They have been exposed, and people are going off, not on just this administration, but the Israeli government. And Benny Johnson, who I actually up until now haven't respected because I felt like he was an Israel firster and never called out this administration, while he would call out the left when they were doing exactly what this administration did. Now he's actually calling it out. So kudos to him. Anyone that calls out the Israeli government and that they can see that they have a hold on our government, regardless of size, I will give them kudos. You respect from me, because it takes balls to call it out, because as we know, Israel government runs the show. They run everything. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can fix these problems they've been causing for us for decades at this point, off base false pretenses. Weapons of mass destruction, it's a complete lie. People know it's a lie. People are waking up in mass droves. I think the old boomers, though, they are really the ones that like going back and forth, calling the left nuts, calling the right nuts, just going back and forth, plus supporting all these wars with our taxes. Every American should be absolutely pissed for that. And I'm glad that Benny Johnson finally grabbed cojones and actually stood up for it. Now let's see. This is based off, by the way. So Trump just put out a tweet yesterday dogging on Megyn Kelly, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And they've been his day one supporters. They were the ones that campaigned for him. One of the biggest reasons he actually got reelected. And guaranteed, may he rest in peace, if Charlie Kirk was still alive today, he was very outspoken about war with Iran. He was against it. He would be added to that list, because that's how Donald Trump and this administration is. If you do not toe the lines that he wants, then he's going to trash you. And he's going to put out these stupid tweets that are based off lies. Everyone knows that it's lies. He said they're third-rate podcasts, yet they have the top podcasts in the whole world. I mean, I think for a minute, Candace was literally number one globally. You can't be a third-rate podcaster and be number one globally. That just doesn't work. And anyways, that's my opinion. Let's see what Megyn Kelly, Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have to say to Trump's really rude response. Hope you guys are having a blessed day.
3D shit. Now, as you can imagine, that post did not go over well with the Iranians or with many Americans. I mean, I don't know about you, but I am sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. Can't he just behave like a normal human? I mean, honestly, like the president, 3D chess, shut up. Fucking shut up about that shit.
Yeah, that 3D chess that people still say till this day, that the president's playing 3D chess, you just got to trust the plan. They've been saying that for 10 plus years, and still till this day, we have seen 0 arrests. So when are the arrests supposed to happen? Because if I recall, the 2020 election, according to Trump, was stolen. I actually did buy that. I actually still think there was irregularities. But anyways, he said that they've had the proof since 2020. So why hasn't there been any charges to these people who were behind the stolen election, if that was the case? Because that is treason. And you know what that means usually if you commit treason on your own people. Exactly. 0 accountability. Everyone should be pissed about this.
2026, and Trump is saying MAGA means war with Iran, no Epstein files. MAGA means Mark Levin and Laura Loomer and Lindsey Graham are the best, and Tucker and Candace and Megyn Kelly and Alex Jones are the worst. It's just like, it's indefensible now. Fuck MAGA. It's dead. It's dead. MAGA is, I'll do it again for you. MAGA is dead. We are America first. This means nothing. Fuck this movement. If MAGA means Lindsey Graham, Laura Loomer, Barry Weiss, and Netanyahu, and not Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Alex Jones, and Tucker, then MAGA is garbage. It is a dead brand. No young person wants to be a part of this. Nobody is enthusiastic about it, and it is a joke.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think it's embarrassing that you have these right-wing grifters, and they are grifters, who will say, "Oh, you're a Democrat," or "Stop pretending you voted for Trump," or "You're stupid because you're going to let the Democrats take back control." So you guys haven't done anything. You guys have not improved our lives at all. If anything, you guys have put us in harm's way with this war with Iran. We didn't want that. We voted for no wars and no regime changes, and all we have gotten is bombings. Over eight countries now, in a little over a year, we have bombed in this administration. That is unacceptable. That costs billions, by the way. Shit that we could keep at home if there's an emergency here at home. Now we've been using it in the Middle East. It's a disgrace, and this administration should be called out for it. And I agree. The MAGA movement is dead. Like, there's no enthusiasm around it anymore. Trump is fake. He is sold out completely, and we know it. You guys know it.
Let me tell you something, and this is just reality, okay? Going back to just the rules of the jungle, okay? Let all the politicians and advisors around you evaporate for just a moment. Just you and me, ready? People will not fight beside, behind, or for someone who is fundamentally disloyal, okay? If disloyalty and deceit is in your nature, then I highly suggest that you combine it with silence. You can be what you are, but I would advise you do it quietly, Trump, because MAGA is no longer commanded by you, and you know it. You know it. You belong to the Epstein class. That is your legacy now. People will see your name on buildings. Whatever was agreed upon in those boardrooms, Jared Kushner, Trump, Gaza, hotel, whatever you tweeted, so crass. They will see that. You will earn that. And then when they see it, they will think about how many children had to die or be raped by men on islands so that you could stick the Trump name upon a building.
And it's just sad because, as I always call it, the double standard, how this administration seems to be, no, they are owned by Israel. Israel, literally after the peace talks, were bombing Lebanon, like sacred places where no one was even a part of the war bombings or like inflicting any like crime or pain on any type of Israeli IDF soldiers. And they're just bombing these innocent people, and this administration says nothing about it. All they say is Iran can't have nuclear weapons, pretty much protect themselves, as Israel continues to bomb them like they did in Gaza. It's sad, the double standard. You always see the same double standard. They will stay completely quiet about Israel, but they will call out everyone else.
Candace Owens, different instruments, to be sure, but only a fool or someone under the express direction of one could have thought to hit send on what you published on Truth Social last night. And I think that we should read it together, Mr. President, shall we? Okay, here's what you wrote. You wrote, "I know why Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the #1 state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon. Because they have one."
No one says that. What we say is, if you're going to say that one country can't have nuclear weapons, we have to apply that same standard across the board, especially that there's one foreign Middle Eastern country that is attacking all of these countries and getting away with it. And we all know who that country is.
One thing in common. Low
That's
IQs. They are stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. And everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't even invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They are nut jobs, troublemakers. and they will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they can get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's
Tucker Carlson got fired for defending Trump after the 2020 election. That's why Fox let him go. So this is how he repays them.
talking about them, and their views are the opposite of MAGA, or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. Okay, let's park it there, right? Let's just chew on that portion right there first, because it is a stunning break from reality. So I'll ask the question, do you have any idea why it was, Mr. President, that your old tweets, the sentences you used to say, which were typically definitely insults back in 2015, but do you ever wonder why they worked? I can help you, right? It's because they were rooted in some element of truth.
See, that's what I love about Candace Owens. Just like, especially in regards to Erica Kirk, she'll always say, you can tell if someone's authentic. It's just so obvious these days, especially when you're good at reading people like Candace is. And I feel like I am. You could feel if you're being told bullshit. And all of this is BS. All this propaganda, Mockingbird Media, it's all the same shit that they were saying in Iraq War.
Okay. So if you called Rosie O'Donnell unattractive, or when you said Hillary Clinton should be in prison, it played to the crowd because although many people thought it was inappropriate and beneath the dignity of a politician, it was based in truth, right? Hillary Clinton's done some things. Now, you can call Megyn Kelly a great many things. I have definitely had my political disagreements with her over the years. Low IQ? Really? Tucker Carlson, low IQ, me, low IQ, the three of us unsuccessful somehow. When you write stuff like that, you just demonstrate nothing but your own irrationality. It just doesn't land. Nobody cares about them anymore. Really? You're the leader of the free world and you're tweeting about us. I think that means somebody cares. Actually, what nobody cares about anymore.
She's correct. She's definitely correct. And like I said, there's always a double standard as usual. And Alex Jones, he's been one of the most outspoken people for Trump. Like, I mean, day one. And now you have Trump, like, you know, supporting Mark Levin and Laura Loomer, but trashing Alex Jones. And I don't agree with them on the Charlie Kirk take at all, or him lashing out at Candace. But I do agree with a lot of his takes.
I'm just going to scorch earth Trump to get him back on track. Only way to do it is to go after him viciously. You've already shed all over me. And if you try to rub it in, I just at that point, I don't care anymore. So if you think I've been coming after you, if you think that I'm trying to get clicks by attacking you so the Democrats that don't buy anything from me and don't like me want to put me in jail, if you think I've been on your ass, say one more thing out of your mouth. And Laura Loomer, send him this, okay? One more thing.
They need to deport Loomer to Israel. Thanks from all of America. If you guys know who Laura Loomer is, she is one of the worst people ever. And for some reason, she has Trump's ear and he listens to her for some reason.
When I've gone through hell back in your ass because you were the lesser of two evils, then I'm going to show you how to cow eat the cabbage. Do one more thing. You should be kissing my ass.
It's true.
But instead, you shed all over me and rub it in. I'm not looking for a fight, but if you want one, you came to the right place. So I'm like a rattlesnake. They're not really aggressive snakes. Water moccasins come after you and bite you. Cobras come after you. I'm like rattlesnakes trying to get away. I'm like, hey, leave me alone. Hey, please don't step on me. God, that really hurts. Please stop. Oh, your daddy's over here. Let me step on your mommy. Let me step on your kids. And I'm just like, all right. I'm like Darth Vader looking at Emperor Palpatine, looking like Skywalker. I'm like, all right. I'm going to politically throw you down the reactor shaft in 2 seconds. And just, hey, does Alex Jones bluff? No, I don't. You think I'm intimidated by you, Trump, the president of the United States? Think I'm intimidated by your hit teams, all the rest of it? Whatever, man. You got God to deal with. I want to focus on the midterms, the Democrats. I want to promote what's good you're doing. And I want to be left alone.
What good is he doing? Yeah, we're probably not going to listen to this whole clip because I want to show you Dan Bilzerian. I love him. He's one of my new top favorite people running against Randy Fine.
I don't care about getting in the news over some stupid quibble. Again, I have opened up my Google news alerts when your name's mentioned, and there's been 36,000 articles in one day about me. Remember all that? Again, AP's in 25,000, 30,000 publications. So when it hits, it'll say, 25,000, just one AP article will be that. It's like every day, 10,000, 20,000, 18,000. Some days, 36,000. Every nightly news show. Remember, I'm the devil. I'm hurting families of dead kids. All that garbage. There was 300 plus million off of charity saying I was victimizing the parent. I did none of it. No one pissed on their graves. No one came to their houses. No one did anything. It was just all made up. But they would say he's the Sandy Hook guy peeing on graves. Trump runs him.
We already know what Alex Jones has said in regards to that. He has apologized on numerous occasions. It wasn't okay what he said, but I don't care to really go into that. He made some comments on the Sandy Hook shooting, and that's that. And he's apologized since then. I don't care to go into the history, but for Trump to bring that up, that's really low. But I mean, what should we expect? He's owned by you-know-who.
Jews are causing a disproportionate amount of problems in the United States. And I think that Jewish supremacy is the greatest threat to the world today. And I'm not going to dance around that issue. That's just the facts. So, if they want to come up with made up words like anti-Semite, which, like I said, it's a completely nonsensical word. I mean, the Arabs are the actual. I mean, if we're actually talking about anti-Semitism, then you would say that Israel is the most anti-Semitic place on the planet because they're conducting a genocide against Semites. But the problem is they've weaponized the word, and they've used the word solely to focus on, Jewish victimhood, which is pretty much non-existent. But they use that card like they use the Holocaust over and over and over and over again. And I think we're just tired of hearing it,
It's all they say 24/7.
Like
and they use it to justify war crimes and just demonic things that they inflict on people, kids, families, innocent people. Unacceptable.
Just done with it. I don't want to hear the word anymore. The reason that I spent so much time clarifying is because I think it's important for people to understand that this isn't like some word that's existed for a long time. This is kind of something that they came up with to, it's like a canard or a trope or all these fucking words that Jews have to describe blood libel, whatever it is, to describe things that they are actually guilty of, but they name it, something else, or they come up with a word that sounds really bad and they just say it over and over and over and over again, like anti-Semite. And for a while, when we believe this Jewish victim narrative, the word had a lot of power, but now we're seeing it so overused. And when it's, any kind of a criticism of Israel is now anti-Semitic, and it's anti-Semitic too.
Yeah, and no one's saying, by the way, that we hate Jewish people. What we say is we hate the government of Israel. Huge difference. They're committing genocide on Lebanon as well right now.
To, want pedophiles to be brought to justice, and it's anti-Semitic to want to stop a genocide. It's just like, fuck off, like at this point, like that word is it's just nonsense. And I'm not going to, give it any credibility by saying, yes, I'm anti-Semitic, or no, I'm not anti. It's just nonsense. Like it's a word is just complete horseshit.
Well, and it's woke in its presentation. It's woke in the effectiveness that they want it to have. You are running as a Republican, correct?
Yes.
So the reason why I asked this is because let's come at it through the left-right paradigm here for a second, even though I think both of us would probably agree the left-right paradigm is kind of useless right now, but it is still there. So the reason why I come at this from the right is there's a conversation that we have on the right that people from the left will come out and say, oh, that's racist. I'm talking about crime rates and demographics and per capita. This is a conversation that happens all the time on the right. And you talk about how the majority of crimes per capita are committed in America by Black people. Now, on the right, you're allowed to have this conversation. You're allowed to talk about it, look at the numbers. And if a liberal Democrat comes out and says, oh, that.
First of all, any crime I feel like is bad, but crime is, it's almost like we're taught from the ground up, where we're raised, just how the government, the government controls every aspect. The people who are running the show, the people who are selling drugs, they know exactly what it's going on. It's all set up. It's all set up for us to fail. So we barely get by. That's the system.
That's racist. You say, now hold on a second. These are facts. These are factual things that we're talking about here. A certain demographic committing the vast majority of the crime. These are facts. You say, oh, well, that's not racist. That's a fact. The left says it's racist. Okay, so now we're on the right side of the angle. You just said something about Jews that people are going to freak out about. And I just say, well, hold on a second. If you're willing to talk about an issue and say, here's a demographic, connection to this issue, why can't you do the thing on the right? So if you come out and you say, I think that there is an disproportionate amount of Jewish influence or Jewish money or Jewish power or lobbying in American politics, why is that racist? Because that's really the word, anti-Semite. We'll get back into that in a second. They're really just calling you racist. So how come if you're on the right, I'm looking for some logical consistency here. How come you're allowed to talk about demographics and trends when it comes to crime statistics, but you're not allowed to talk about it if you're talking about political influence and a different demographic? To me, there's a
I'm telling you, the donors, AIPAC is the number one enemy of America. That's what I think. They control everything from the top down. Who runs the cities? Who passes the policies? Who controls your state? Who controls the schools? What they put in your food, what they put in your sky, they control every aspect. It's just sad.
inconsistency there.
Well,
AIPAC.
let me just zoom out and solve
run
that
it all.
equation for you. It is because all of this is coming from the people that are in control. You cannot criticize the people that are in power. And this whole thing of wokeness, like, yes, that's a problem, but it is only attributed to the left. And that is what is coming from the Jewish media. The Jewish media is who feeds the left these talking points. They are the ones that are making the left crazy. The left is just following, they're just following the narrative. They're just following what CNN tells them. They're just following what Hollywood tells them. And so what you have.
I disagree somewhat. I think both sides suck. I think Fox is just as bad as CNN. They are terrible. All neocon, owned by Zionist state propaganda, Mockingbird Media.
Is you have the right looking at the left like, oh, these are a bunch of crazy people. And I think it's just bad programming. So I don't get mad at the left. I get mad at the people that are feeding the left their talking points. And you ask why you can't criticize Jews is because they are the ones that are actually controlling all of this. That's why it doesn't matter if you vote Democrat or you vote Republican, you still get, $100 billion sent to Israel, $100 billion sent to Ukraine, whatever. Like, you still are supporting these Jewish causes because at the end of the day, those are the people that are actually pulling the string. So if we want to talk about the real crux of the problem, it's Jewish supremacy. It's not a left versus right. It's not a Christian versus Muslim. It's not white versus black. It is Jew versus Gentile. And I know that that's going to be, this crazy thing that you can't fucking say, but I'm tired of dancing around the issue.
I completely agree. Israel runs the show. That's what I've been saying this whole time. People call me anti-Semitic every time. I'm like, just look it up. Look at the Greater Israel Project. Look at the Talmud and how they think of people who do not agree with their religion, as we call it. It has a terrible history. But anyways, it's religious religious. Yeah, I can't watch Fox. I actually just watch pretty much X, just some sources that I trust. I kind of get a mixture of both sides. And a couple years ago, a lot of the people I listened to, you would have never seen me listen to. I consider like neutral, which I kind of am. I think both sides suck. But anyways, that's where I get my news. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I shall talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night. Thanks for tuning in.